the most realistic online racing sim ever made. This is iRacing. Detailed laser scan tracks, fully dynamic real-world cars, and over 50 series to choose from. 6 online world championships offering over $100,000 in annual prizes. This is the original esport racing game. This is iRacing.
Good Tuesday evening, everybody, and welcome to the Dirt Racing Network's live coverage of the PRO Sidewinder Dirt Series. Pro late models tonight from Charlotte, the dirt track at Charlotte, the Queen City. Double points tonight. And those points are extremely tight as it is. If we come in, we look at our pro late models right now. Garrett Boyd, 2 points ahead of Joe Reuter, 11 points ahead of Josh Gerlach, and then Robert Lynn and Nick Cohan rounding out the top 5. They are 28 and 31 points in arrears of your leader. Slip over and take a look real quick at the 360 series. Right now it's Josh Gerlach with 6-point lead over Casey Miller, 8 points on Joe Reuter, Trevor Hinker 12, and Nick Cohan 44 back. In our overall, the big one, the one everybody wants, Josh Gerlach has a 13-point lead over Joey Reuter, 29 points over Garrett Boyd, 34 over Casey Miller, and 72 over Nick Cohan. So all the names are right there in your top 5 in the practice charts, and that top 5 separated by 2 100ths of a second. Only 6 100ths back to 8, so it's going to be a heck of a show. These guys pretty tight tonight. 16 drivers have checked in this race and 4 more. 2 sprint car races, 2 more. late model races. We will crown all 3 champions within the month of May. And it is going to come down to the last week if things keep going the way they are. The points have shaken up every week for the last 3 weeks and gotten tighter and tighter in this late model series. So about 2 minutes, we're going to go trackside for opening ceremonies, and then the guys will get out there for qualifying. Don't care where you're watching from. Say hi in the chat. Let us know where you're watching from. If you're over on YouTube, Twitch, or Trovo, hit subscribe. And if you're on any of the Facebook pages, please come to the Dirt Racing Network. Like, share, and follow. Single show for you tonight. Single show for you tomorrow night to round out the week. Dirt Slingers, Lucas Smith, Chrysler Centers, I-55 Weekly Series, Pro Late Models. Those guys will be in around number 4 of 10. And the racing over there has been just as good in the Pro Lates as it has over here. So you'll see a lot of the same names in there competing for that championship. But be sure to let me know where you're watching from. Well, there's Mr. Vinny in Wisconsin, watching over on YouTube. Thanks for joining us, man. No shows that I'm aware of this Sunday for Mother's Day. If you can't remember at the moment, I'm reminding you now, make sure you say hi to your mom. You only get one of those. So make sure on Sunday you at least reach out to your mom if you can't be with her. And then Monday nights are free for the next couple of weeks until Dirt Slingers gets their 360 sprint cars, their Monday Night Thunder back going. I've heard about some rule changes, and I've heard about the schedule being near completion. So things are going to start picking back up. We've been in a little bit of a lull here since just about Easter. But I'm getting word it is time to go trackside. So, Mr. Public Address Announcer, take it away.
We take you down onto the track for our opening ceremonies.
Ladies and gentlemen, please rise. Please remove your hats.
And now, please welcome Pastor Sam Foley from Port Orange, Florida, to deliver tonight's invocation.
Father, we ask today that you protect and bless those who participate in this race. May they use good sportsmanship and respect for each other. And we'll thank you and praise you in Jesus' name. Amen.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous flight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
All right, perfect timing for everything to wrap up right there. They are getting the session moved along. We're going to get ready for our qualifying. Drivers make a couple of laps. There is Corbin Hutchison, the 19 car, rolling out onto the speedway. We're going to jump around a little bit here, folks. Going to watch a couple of drivers. Going to watch Joe Reuter here. Reuter, the 20 car, right up there in the points in both series, and he had the overall lead until a couple of weeks ago. Had some misfortune a couple of nights in a row, and then ended up on the short end of that stick. And by the way, the Hales Corners guys just finished up their season, and they got some events coming up during the summer that I think we'll be covering. Zach Krieger will be taking care of those. All right, now Jacob Hayes, 15:24. Nick Cohan behind that. Let's see what this does for Reuter. Still sixth quick. Nick Cohan moves to second. We're going to go watch the 21 car. This is the guy leading the points in this series currently. Has a 2-point lead over old Garlic, Josh Gerlach. Was sixth quick on his first and did not improve. Gerlach on the track. He's coming out of 3 and 4 right now. Gerlach second quick, 15:31 on his first lap. So be a 4-car invert for the heat. So probably heat 2, position number 4 for Gerlach, unless he improves right there, which he does not. So only PG Peyton Grease will have to take time. Very good deal. We're just waiting to see if PG is going to get himself out there. Reed Rundle. And Rundle, 9th quick. Quarter second off of quick time. Trevor Hinker. Hinker 35-100, or yeah, 35. 3.5 tenths, excuse me, off of. Reuter still making laps. Joe Reuter just been steady Eddie all season long. Nothing fancy, nothing flashy, just keeps the 20 car clean. Brings it home in one piece every night. Doesn't matter if it's the late model or the sprint car, he gets it there. That's why he's been at or near the top of the overall points all season long, as it looks like time will run out on the session. So we will get ready for heat race number 1. It will be Chris Jabot in the 7 car. The DeesNuts.com, number 7. On the pole next to him, the 1.8 electric number 21, G-Body Garrett Boyd. 063 of Ryan Williams will start inside row number 2 with Jacob Hayes in the Uno car. Starting on his outside, Robert Miller. The 003, that's the Cat-sponsored machine in the back row on the inside. Next to the 19 of Corbin Hutchison. So, drivers rolling away. One parade lap. That pace truck is going to make a hard left turn right here in the middle of the backstretch. These guys are going to get ready to go. Green out of turn 4. Everybody's going to the feature, but normally it would be the top 3 making it through. Green flag in the air. Jabot able to get a little advantage going into 1 and 2. Boyd going to be side by side with Williams. Now has to run off the top side. So does Hayes, as he tries to run the 1 car on the very, very outside. I saw Corbin Hutchison catch the fence. 2 wide, 2 deep. Looked like parade laps at 100 miles an hour on the front stretch. Boyd goes for the lead. Slide job through 1 and 2. He's got it. Williams trying to get into second. They come out of 4 side by side. Hayes and Williams, and Hayes on the top side trying to follow in the tire tracks. Now uses the wall, goes way high. Trying to get Boyd down the backstretch. Boyd leaving a little space up there in the fluff. And I'm not sure if that's going to work out for him or not. Trying to hold off the hard charging Jacob Hayes. He has been there hounding since we dropped the green flag. Now cuts it into the middle, comes out of the corner, doesn't lose an inch right there. High side of 1 and 2 for your 2 leaders. Boyd hanging on, but Hayes trying to work a lane lower, wants to get in there, move him up the hill, get him off his line. 2 to go that time by. Boyd, Hayes, Williams, Jabot, Mueller, and Hutchison. And now Hayes has the car on the inside. Hayes goes for the lead, slider across the nose. Boyd should be able to cut under and get back to even. Boyd leads the lap. Once again, Boyd goes up to cover. Hayes gives him a punt, the left rear. Now they're going to get down the backstretch. Boyd out of control. He loses the lead. He loses second. Hayes clips the fence. Williams steals the win. Hayes second. Boyd in third. Jabot, Mueller, and Hutchison. Oh, I thought that was for sure the white flag lap. Maybe we're off a little. It doesn't matter. That order's going to stand right here. As Williams, Hayes, Boyd, Jabot, Mueller, and Hutchison. And coming to the white flag. A great move. And it pays off for Mr. Williams this evening. So we'll move to heat number 2. And they're going to line up with the 20 car of Joe Reuter on the pole next to the 2 car of Robert Lynn. The 01, Nick Chambrone, will start inside row number 2 next to his teammate in the 71, Josh Gerlach. John Borst, the 86, starts inside row number 3 next to PG Peyton Grease. Grease in, I believe, the 20 car, not the 92. As we will get a quick peek, it is the 20 car. Having a little trouble rolling away there is Peyton. So they'll get ready to go green out of 4. Pace truck already in the infield. Reuter, Lynn, front row, heat 2 of 3. Pole dash tonight during the warm-up session. That'll be fun. Green flag in the air. Joe Reuter got a fantastic start. Looked like the outside row was eating a sandwich. They're 3 wide out of 2 with Chambrone in the middle. Gerlach was on the bottom. Lynn was on top. They're still that way through 3 and 4. Those 3 cars staying side by side right here. Now Chambrone gets a little advantage. He goes up to second. Lynn falls into third. Gerlach to fourth. Borst is back here in fifth. And Grease had a problem. Couldn't get the car rolling at the start, and then he has a problem there in turn 2. Now Chambrone gets underneath Reuter. Literally got underneath him. Had the right front corner under the left rear and almost lifted him up. Now up the hill, going to shut the door. That's going to open things up for Gerlach. And those 2 broke momentum. Gerlach got the 71 car around in front of everybody. His teammate will go right back at him. They're going to be 3 wide for a split second coming out of Ford. Gerlach back to the front, 4 laps to go. Now they're 3 wide with Lynn on the bottom, Chambrone in the middle, and Gerlach on the top going down the back stretch. Nobody ready to give an inch right here. They are staying 3 wide. That time Chambrone with the long slider line. Moves Gerlach to the middle. Contact. That's going to open things up for Lynn. Here comes Reuter. He drives it in deep. Passes Gerlach. Robert Lynn to the point. Great heat race. Top 4 right there on the screen for you. Lap and a half to go. Chambrone going back forward. He's going to drive deep in the corner, up the hill. Contact just a little bit. Lynn leads us to the white flag. Now Chambrone trying that long, lazy slider line. Gets across the nose. Here comes Lynn. Here comes Reuter down in low. Out of turn number 4. Who's going to get to the line first? Robert Lynn wins the heat race. Then Nick Chambrone, Joe Reuter, Josh Gerlach, John Borst, and Peyton Grease. So another exciting finish. We only have one more heat race to go. And we'll get down here. It's going to be Trevor Hinker, the 24 car on pole, next to the 43. That's the Central Services machine of Reed Rundle. Row 2 on the inside, the NOS Energy Drink number 26 of Jason Haynes. And on his outside, the Disney Motorsports number 21 of Nick Cohan. And starting shotgun tonight in the final heat race, the 05 of Casey Miller. Uh-oh. A whole blink. That was wild and scary all at the same time. All right, pace truck is in. Final heat race of the evening, getting ready to kick off down here in turn 4. Hinker and Rundle in the front row. Ready to get at it. Green flag in the air. Good start for Hinker. I think we'll see Rundle going to go right through the middle. Is trying to keep Haynes locked in down there, and he does the job. He'll have second. Cohan went to the bottom, tried to get around Haynes. That didn't work. He stays fourth. Miller right back there in fifth. Trevor Hinker, half a second out in front of Reed Rundle. Led the first two of the final heat. We'll see if he's still there at the end. He's been pretty strong, just has bad luck. There goes Cohan, vying for third back here with Haynes. Got to the inside. He has the position. Now can focus on the 43 car in front. He is running right down on the bottom. Really having to wait on that car. Closing in on the 43. Right through the middle of the corner, he seems to make up a few car lengths. Oh, that time got the car out of shape, got it down off the bars. Casey Miller around the top side, trying to get around Haynes, goes for fourth. These two having a whale of a battle back here. Going to be two to go this time. Hinker still out in front, but the lead is shrinking now. Rundle is there. Rundle's been slowly moving it down closer and closer to the infield the last 3 laps. And it's paying dividends as now he's got the car set early. He's going to drive out of the corner. He is tucked right in behind as they come to the white flag. Through the corner, lost the nose a little that time. Think he got a little too low, a little too early. Had to straighten the car back out. It opens it up. Trevor Hinker going to win heat 3. Reed Rundle second. Nick Cohan trying to hang on to third, but Casey Miller comes around the outside. He takes third at the line. Cohan was fourth, and Haynes rounded out the field. So a B main just because we can. It'll be Jabot and Gerlach in the front row, Cohan and Mueller in row 2, Borst and Haynes in the third row, and Hutchison and Grease in the fourth row. And I got to say, I would see this as a extremely stacked heat race if it wasn't the B main tonight. Just waiting on Mueller and Haynes. There they come. All 8 cars are out there. Everybody's going to the feature. This is just going to determine their starting position for the 40-lap A main this evening. And Grease once again not rolling off with the rest of the field. Driver going up there to check and see what was up on the cushion as the pace truck is in, and it is time to go green. 10 laps for the B main this evening. And the green flag is in the air. We're underway in the B main. Good start for Jabot. Cohan, who just come off the track in that middle heat race there. Now he's trying to take the lead away already, so he's got a pretty good feel for what the track was doing when he was out there just a few minutes ago. He's going to come out of 2 on the inside. No dice for the lead to that time. Gerlach is third. Borst was fourth when we went into 3 and 4. Will he be there when we come out? Looks like he will. Mueller is fifth. Those two side by side back here. 2 wide, 2 deep. Oh, contact between Mueller and Borst. That is going to get Mueller's car all kinds of twisted up. Borst lost some momentum. Here comes Hutchison. He'll peek to the inside and push the 86 car up the hill. Opens the door for himself. Now he's going to step through it down here in 3 and 4, and he'll take the spot cleanly away. Move Corbin Hutchison to the 4th spot. Go back to the front. Cohan's got the lead. And now it's a battle. Second place, Gerlach and Jabot. Gerlach down on the bottom, takes the spot. Jabot back to third. Back here again is Hutchison and Borst, not done with each other just yet. And now Hutchison lost some momentum, so he's going to get turned around. Borst will inherit 5th. Haynes is 6th. Grease is 7th. Mueller got the car righted. He's running 8th, or he's running 7th. And Corbin Hutchison takes his car to the infield. A lot of damage on the left front I saw from that car when he got turned around right there. But we are down to 3 to go, and it is all Cohan. Out in front. 3/4 of a second lead over Gerlach. That extends down the backstretch to over 8 tenths. So the top 2 from each of our heat races are going into tonight's pole dash. We'll have 6 cars for that pole dash. White flag in the air on your B main this evening. Cohan in command. A full second down the backstretch. Through 3 and 4. And he will see a checkered flag for the B main this evening. Josh Gerlach, Chris Jabot, John Borst, Jason Haynes, Peyton Grease, and Robert Mueller rounding things out. So 6 drivers are going to make their way onto the speedway for a pole dash this evening. Williams, Hayes, Lynn, Chambrone, Hinker, and Rundle will be those cars. So we'll see how they're going to line up. All right, now it looks like Hayes, no, not Jacob Hayes, Ryan Williams. Ryan Williams is at the front of this thing. So Williams and Lynn look like they're going to be on the front row. Looks like Hinker's going to have the inside of row number 2. Jacob Hayes outside of that row. He'll start 4th. Then Chambrone on the inside of the 3rd row next to Reed Rundle. So that'll be the starting order. They will rearrange these guys when they roll off for the feature to make sure that they get the order adjusted correctly, because this will determine the starting order for the front 3 rows this evening. We should get the green flag right here out of turn number 4. Williams on the throttle. Good start for him. Hinker going to try to slide into second. 4 wide behind Hinker. Rundle was caught in a sandwich. He was the second car from the bottom, and I'm pretty sure that's where you don't want to be. Hayes comes out of there with third. Rundle still trying to battle for fourth here, and he's trying to hold off Chambrone and Lynn as those two run fifth and sixth. And now Williams in front has Hinker right behind. Tucked up in there. Here comes Hayes on the top side. He's making the cushion work. That fluffy stuff seems to have some grip. He had to back off down there on the back stretch because he ran right up on the back end of Trevor Hinker. And Hinker goes to the top side. That time Hayes gives him a punt in the back end. That opens the door for Rundle. Rundle alongside Hayes. It's still Williams and Hinker 1-2 side by side for third. Hayes has the advantage. He's going to pull alongside Hinker. He takes a spot away, move Hinker to third. Now Rundle is fourth, and it's still Chambrone and Lynn. All 6 cars right here on the screen. It looks like it was Williams, Hayes, Hinker, Rundle, Chambrone, and Lynn. Wrapping that up. That's how they'll start in tonight's feature, as the drivers will repack the track for us. So they'll take a couple of minutes. What we'll do is we'll go pay a bill. We'll come back and see if we can grab a driver for an interview. All right, shout out to all of our partners. As we are going to try to grab a driver and have a chat. See what these guys have to say here. Let's see. Robert Lynn, you got a copy?
Hello.
What are you up to, buddy? We're watching you out there making some laps, repacking the track, man. You're in the pole dash tonight. Looks like you're going to start 6th in the feature. What can you tell us about the track this evening and how tough the racing is going to be?
Well, track's starting to widen out a little bit. Seems like we got a good top. Bottom's definitely still there. Should be a really racy event here.
Yeah, it looks like a lot of guys are, really quick. We had the top 6 in the practice session before the race within 6 100ths of a second of each other. And with guys racing that close, you got to really mind your P's and Q's the entire time so there's no contact and cars don't get tore up.
Oh, absolutely. I think if you saw the second heat race, we were 2-3, I think even 4 wide at one point. And, luckily we got a lot of good guys here and know how to control their cars. And should be an exciting feature.
Well, one feature and 4 weeks left to go. You haven't been doing terrible in the points. Are you going to have a shot to grab any of these titles before we get off the season?
Hope so. This car seems to fit my driving style a little bit better than like the Sprint or the big block we ran last year. So we'll try to make as much ground up as possible, especially with the double points tonight, and hope for the best.
All right, man. Well, thanks for chatting with us, and good luck in the feature tonight. Hopefully we'll get a chat with you on the podium at the end.
Thank you.
Robert Lynn, Dizzy Motorsports driver, drives the 2 car. Letting the guys work the track in. He said it was getting wider, and I can see they have moved that fluff around. It is right through the middle now.
There's a bear that needs drinking.
So they're going to advance the session. Going to get ready to go. Going to be feature time for us. We will get down here and start through our lineup this evening. We know those drivers are going to start in the front in the first 3 rows. That is not their order. They came out for the pole dash, and they will fix that before we go green. So we'll start in row 4 on the inside. Your current points leader by 2 points in the series, the 21 car of Garrett Boyd. Joe Roeder in the 20 will start to his outside. Row number 5, starting positions 9 and 10. Going to be Casey Miller, the 05, and Nick Cohan, the 21. Your 6th row, 71 of Josh Gerlach, vying for the point start, all 2 points behind right now. And leading the overall, he starts position 11. And Chris Jabot, the 7 car, will start to his right in position 12. John Borst, the 86, 13th starting position. Jason Haynes in the 26th will start on the outside of that row. The 8th row, Peyton Grease on the inside. That's the 92 car. The 003 of Robert Mueller on the outside. And then Corbin Hutchison in the 19 will start. Shotgun on this one. They rearranged the front of the field. So Williams and Hayes. And then Hinker and Rundle. Lynn and Chambrone in the front 3 rows. As always, appreciate everybody tuning in, guys. Don't forget, like, share, follow, subscribe on YouTube, Twitch, and Trovo. Sit back, enjoy the race. It's going to be a great one. 40 laps. These guys scoring double points tonight. 5 features remain in the whole season. 3 of them for the late models, 2 of them for the sprint cars. Pace truck in the infield. We are ready to go green. Green flag is out. Williams quickly going to the front. Hayes tucks in behind. Hinker goes to the bottom. Here comes Rundle through the middle. Going to try to make it 3 wide off of 2, and he almost got the nose there. Lynn slides into the 5th spot. Here comes Garrett Boyd. Boyd was making a bid for 6. Had to check up not to run Lynn over, and that gives a spot away to Chambrone. He's 3 wide in the middle with Casey Miller on the bottom, and Joe Roeder was about to make it 4 wide, and he lost momentum out of 2. So your points leader running in 6th. Battling hard there with these guys. We're going to go up to the front. Caution, Williams. Your leader gets into it. Bumped the fence there in 3. Got a little help from Haynes. Here's Rundle. Rundle gets some help from Hayes as well. And now a big melee right there, as I think Williams' car just never settled underneath him. And he goes for the loop-de-loop. So he's going to take the 63 all the way to the back. That will put Trevor Hinker and Robert Lynn 1-2. Jacob Hayes 3rd. Reed Rundle 4th. Nick Chambrone 5th. Garrett Boyd 6th. Casey Miller 7th. Joe Roeder 8th. Nick Cohan 9th. And Josh Gerlach 10th. We're only 3 laps in. Gerlach in 10th. Then John Borst, Chris Jabot, Corbin Hutchison, Peyton Grease, Jason Hayes, Robert Mueller. So Mueller and Hayes swapping spots, and then Williams tagging the back there. As the drivers will get them set up 2 wide to go back to the restart. Anchor on the throttle, green flag back in the air. Keep our eyes on the 1 car here just a little bit.
All right, man.
Caution behind this time. I think it was Mueller. Mueller, the 003 car, goes down into 1 and 2. Yeah, he got the car a little sideways, and Williams was already there. So we may see a switch in how these guys are going to restart. They may go to single file because a couple of quick cautions. And they would like to get some green flag racing in. Everyone's still on track, all 17 cars. Still circulating around. We'll look and see that pace truck. Looks like he might be headed to the infield already. These guys are going to tighten them up down the backstretch. We're going green single file style. Hinkert, Lynn, Hayes, Rundle, Chambrone, Boyd, Miller. That's through 7th. Then Reuter is 8th. Cohan and Gerlach still in the top 10. Green flag back in the air. Hinkert rocks and rolls the car down into 1 and 2. Here comes Robert Lynn on the inside. Lynn not able to do anything right there, and Hinkert going to be able to hang on. Hayes back to his magic on the top side. In the 1 car, but Reed Rundle's taking a peek on the inside, finding some traction down on the bottom. Nice battle for 3rd right here. Still not settled. Now Boyd goes to the top. He gets around Rundle, put him up to 4th. Rundle 5th. Chambrone is 6th. Battle for the lead. Robert Lynn sticks his nose on the inside of Hinkert, pushes him up off the bottom line. Will it be enough to get around down the backstretch? I don't think so. Hinkert very smooth through the center of the corner. Now goes right back to the bottom in 3 and 4. Hayes is going to get alongside Lynn. So is Boyd. Out of turn 2. Hayes has 2nd. Lynn trying to hang on. Keep it on the podium. Boyd had the spot at the line right there. Rundle is still in 5th. Chambrone, Reuter, Cohan, Miller. As Gerlach has fallen back a spot. The battle at the front starting to heat up. Hayes has got it rolling the top side. He's showing the way for Boyd. As we'll see who got into this one. Looks like Mueller crashed again. Oh, yeah. Got a little bit of help again from the 63 car. Got to stay speedy in front of the fast guys. I think he just lost some momentum. So we'll get back to it. We'll figure out who's going to line up where. It looks like Hinkert, Hayes, Boyd, Lynn, Rundle, Chambrone, Reuter, Cohan, Miller, and Gerlach are the top 10. Then Borst, Grease, Jabot, Hutchison, Williams, Haynes, and Mueller. They'll go back to double file. They got a few laps in there. We have 29 laps remaining. The drivers 2x2, Hinkert and Hayes, then Boyd and Lynn, Rundle and Chambrone, Reuter, Cohan, and then Miller and Gerlach, the front 5 rows right there.
Green, green, green.
Back to green flag. Keeping our eye on that yellow car. Oh, Garrett Boyd, your points leader.
Caution is out.
Boyd absolutely died right here. We're going to keep an eye on the 21 car. Right into the infield tire. He is going to get pummeled around a little bit. I don't know if that thing is going to drive right after that. that car backwards in the infield right now as Borst's car is upside down. Oh, and he took it. So the 21 car, your points leader. A lot of trouble tonight. Double points for tonight's race. And he's going to have to go and see if they can get a nose piece put on that as we are still lights on the pace truck. Bunch of cars took it to the work area, so we're going to keep the lights on the pace truck. At least for the time being. My goodness. Hinker, Hayes, Lynn, Rundle, Chambrone, Reuter, Cohan, Gerlach, Miller, Grease, Hutchison, Hayes, Mueller, Jabot, Williams. And we're going to see if the 21 car is going to be able to roll back out. I do not know how much damage that car had. That car still on pit road. Don't think he's going to make it back because they're going to get ready to go green. So your points leader in serious peril this evening. That is going to open things up. 2 points on second, 11 on third, and with double points, that'll be closed up very quickly.
Green, green, green.
Green flag back in the air. Hinker with a good start. Hayes goes top shelf. He has been on every restart. Trying to get the momentum built up. Now goes in the middle in 3 and 4. Robert Lynn still in third. Was on the bottom in 3 and 4. Kind of close to the bottom, but not on the bottom in 1 and 2. Reed Rundle doing the same thing. Chambrone and Reuter now going at it for 5th. Chambrone locked on the bottom. Reuter locked on the bottom. Chambrone trying to hang on to the spot. And Reuter at a nose advantage going into turns 3 and 4. Now Chambrone takes it back with the momentum. Put him back to 5th. Go back to the front. Hinker, 0.6 of a second out in front of Hayes. There goes Chambrone. Chambrone riding the wall, dying up there in 3 and 4. I don't think he gave up a spot, but he had that car flat against the outside wall. He is reeling in Reed Rundle. Rundle staying in the middle and on the bottom, and Chambrone is using the top. And the 0-1 car closing the gap pretty quickly here. Lead at the front, still 0.7 of a second. Lynn a half second off of that. So the top 3 unchanged. Good battle here. That's for 4. Chambrone is 5th. Grease is now 6th as he's working the top side passing cars. Then Reuter in 7th. Cohan, Gerlach, and Miller. And now Williams trying to get back in the top 10. Brought the car way wide. A lot of contact. Miller cuts him a break, gives him some space, lets him put it in the fence in 2, and it doesn't affect him a bit. We're seeing a battle shape up for second place right here. Lynn has now caught Hayes. Side by side, and Robert Lynn has kept the 2 car relatively clean all evening long. He's got the spot at the line that time, halfway home. Great battle right here between second and third place. Hayes on the top side, Lynn on the bottom. And Lynn got a launch out of 4, and he cleanly has second place going into 1 and 2. We'll see where he's at down the backstretch. There goes Corbin Hutchison through the infield grass. No caution. This battle going on, and Hinker still only 0.6 of a second out in front of these guys. And Hinker's going to have to deal with traffic because Jabot on the same straightaway. settling things out for second and third as Robert Lynn now starting to reel in your leader, Trevor Hinker. He's got it down to 4/10. Hayes sits in third, but Chambrone is closing in on him. Check lap times at the line. That time, Robert Lynn quickest on the track by about 6/100ths. He was just a little faster than your leader. Hinker around the lap car of Jabot. Closes the gap for Lynn. It's a half second. Here comes Hayes. Reeling in the 7 car, the lap machine of Chris Jabot. He gets around him pretty easy. Didn't lose much in the way of time. Chambrone still fourth. Grease is up to 5th. He got around Reuter. He's starting to reel in the 4th place car of Nick Chambrone. We're going to be down to 13 laps to go, and I don't think Lynn is giving anything up right here. He lets Hinker get away, and then he closes right up. You saw him pick up a car length and a half right there through 1 and 2. Goes to the middle. Off of 4, keeps the same gap. Jason Haynes will be the next car. He's a full set of corners ahead of these guys. I don't think he'll be a factor. As once they come around out of turns 3 and 4, this time it'll be 10 to go. Hinker, Lynn, Hayes, Chambrone, Reuter. Reuter got back around Grease. Keeping our eyes on the battle at the front. It's a quarter of a second. It's been as close as bumper to bumper. 9 to go this time. Lap car of Haynes could become a factor. I thought he was going to be able to maintain, but his lap times are really starting to fall off. He is over half a second slower than the guys that are running him down right now. It is all Trevor Hinker. Has been since we started this thing. 32 laps out in front, and he's opened it back up to half a second. Now Haynes puts it in the fence. The leaders are catching him. I saw Jacob Hayes slip the fence, and we got a caution. Casey Miller, the 05 car. Something happened to Casey. Flips the fence on the front stretch. Now he's going to find that same tire that Garrett Boyd found earlier. And it does about the same amount of damage to the 05 car. That slows things down. It saves Jason Haynes from going a lap down. And it sets up an interesting shootout with just about 6 or 7 laps remaining here. As it's going to bring everybody right back together. It'll still be Hinker, Lynn, Hayes, Chambrone, Reuter, Grease, Cohan, Rundle, Gerlach, and Williams in the top 10. Then Mueller, Haynes, and Miller around in the field out. Jabot a lap down. Hutchison off track. Boyd off track. And Borst back out there. Multiple laps down, but trying to pick up points on double points night. So with just a handful of laps left, I would normally say that when we interview a driver, we put the curse on them, but we talked to Robert Lynn between the B main and the feature after he got done with the pole dash, and right now it looks like the 2 car may be having something for the leader. We'll see on the restart what Hinker can do out in front. The lights go off on the pace truck. That means he will make the hard left in the middle of the backstretch. $14 of our 17 cars still on the track. John Borst, 23 laps down, so make it 15 if Chris Jabot is still out there, and I believe he is. But nice, slow pace down through turns 3 and 4. Hinker gets back on the throttle. Hayes timed it up pretty good, and he almost got a peek on the inside of Reuter there coming to the start-finish line. 4/10 of a second already. Here comes Hayes deep into 3 and 4. Lynn comes down the hill, slams the exit on him. Hayes goes to the top. Chambrone and Reuter down to the bottom. Whoa, Reuter got underneath Chambrone. Chambrone out of shape. He's going to get Grease. Grease is going to grab the car back underneath him. Loses a spot or two, and he goes right back after Rundle and takes that back. Back to the leaders coming around. Going to be 3 to go this time. And Trevor Hinker off the top side finds some momentum. It's 3/10 of a second that time by. These two, 1.4 seconds out in front of the battle for third as Reuter trying to go after Hayes. And Steady Joe keeps the car clean, shows up at the end. He's got third that time by with 2 to go. Hinker and Lynn were going at it side by side. Lynn went for the slider and almost had to stop the car to stay out of the left front of the 24 of Hinker, and it opened things way up, and now Hinker has to hold him off for one final lap. White flag in the air. Here comes Lynn. Big run out of 2. What's he going to do down here in 3 and 4? He stays to the top side. He'll set the car early, cut to the bottom, but it ain't going to matter. Trevor Hinker wins on double points tonight. Robert Lynn second, and Joe Reuter brings it home third. Cohan and Grease rounded out our top 5. So we'll bring our top 3 around. We will get ready to chat with those guys. Guys will keep their car. Trevor Hinker, oh boy. Our winner tonight does not keep his car on the track. So I know Reuter will make it. We'll move Robert Lynn into the waiting room. I know Joe will make it in here. He always has. So we'll give him just a minute. There's Trevor Hinker. And we're just waiting for Joe. There's Joe Reuter. Let's grab him up. Stock to our third place driver. Joe Reuter, you got a copy.
Hey, Roger. That was quite the race we had there tonight.
Yeah, it looked pretty exciting from our viewpoint. I can't imagine how it looked from the driver's seat. But, man, you're making this a regular thing up here in the booth at the end of the night chatting with us. Tell us a little bit about that 40-lap feature.
Yeah, the car was getting better and better. What really helped me tonight is Trevor, my teammate, was leading, and he was telling me where he was running and how hard he was running. And towards the start of the race there, I was overdriving this thing so bad. I was trying to get up front, and then once I just settled down a little bit, I just kind of drove my own race is when I started getting faster and started to pick off some cars there.
Well, double points tonight for this one. The points leader going to finish way at the back. He finishes last this evening. Definitely going to help you. But you also finish ahead of Josh Gerlach by several positions. And fortunes have been jumping back and forth for whoever's leading the points. Usually next week doesn't come back with the lead. So what are we going to be able to expect for the last 4 races out of the 20 machine?
Well, we're back in the sprint car next week, which I am not good in those things. I hope to just finish those races. That's kind of my whole goal when I race that thing. And then when I get in the late models is when I try to actually win. So who really knows what's going to happen here?
Well, an awesome run this evening nonetheless. Third place in this field is a heck of an accomplishment, man. I'm sure you got a few shout-outs and some thank yous, and we'll let you take a breath and just celebrate a little bit.
Yeah, first and foremost, I got to congratulate my teammate Trevor on his win. This is his first win with the series. He's pumped, so I'm pretty excited to hear him. Shout out to the rest of my teammates. Rob ran tonight. I'm not sure where he finished, but just like to say hi to my mom, my dad, my grandma, my wife upstairs, the kids, and we'll see you next Tuesday.
All right, man. You know your teammate's going to get in a bunch of trouble when he comes in here right off the bat, right?
Tell him that I let him win, okay?
I tell him that you let him in, but he didn't keep his car on the track for an interview, and that is a big no-no.
Oh,
we can't even
no.
show it off.
He doesn't know what he's doing. He was trying to get over to this channel, and he got out of his car.
Bad dog, no biscuit. Joe, thanks for chatting with us, man. We look forward to seeing you next week.
All right, see you, Roger.
Joe Reuter finishes third tonight. Now, let's go over here. We already talked to this guy once tonight. So I did not give him the broadcaster's curse. Somehow he magically avoids, I don't know, maybe he has a cloak of defense or something. I'm not exactly sure. But Robert Lynn, second place tonight, man. Hell of a run.
Hey, thanks, man. That was a good show. It was good, clean racing up front. And yeah, I don't know what happened there. I know there's a little accident above me, but somehow we avoided the curse. That seems to happen whenever you interview people.
Yeah, that's what I was saying in the when that last caution came out there with about 6 to go. I was like, normally when I bring a guy in here, I pretty much doomed him to not even finishing the race. But in this case, you seem to have been able to shake that off, man. You had a couple of shots there, and very, very late, it looked like you went for the slider, and you really had to jump on the biters. How close was it to you getting you and Trevor both in a lot of trouble there?
We were pretty respectful the entire time, and when I got in underneath him into one, I just really didn't want to slide up. I knew he was going to be close, so I slowed up a little bit too much, and then I got on the gas a little too hard and spun the tires and almost spun the car out. So to be able to save it and hang on for second, that was a pretty good drive.
Well, double points tonight and a podium finish definitely will help you there, man. Now you got 4 weeks. This is maybe a little kickstart to running the end of the season out, picking up one of these titles we talked about.
I hope so. I took a long break from racing, so getting back into it just last year, it seems to be starting to come back around.
All right, man. Great run tonight. Some shout-outs, some thank yous, and we'll let you go celebrate a harder in second place.
Yeah, thanks to you for putting on the broadcast and Pro for putting the series on. It's been real fun, and everybody at Netcode for giving me something to drive.
All right, man. Look forward to seeing you next week. Thanks for chatting with us.
Thanks, Ryder.
Second place driver this evening, Robert Lynn. And now we will move on. And we're going to get Trevor Hinker in here. And the first thing we're going to do is we are going to grief him to death about not keeping his car on the track, because it is horrible to do an interview when you can't see the driver's car. But we'll forgive him because I think this very well could be his first win at PRO.
That is my excuse, Roger. I said that right away to the crew. I'm not used to winning these things, so I apologize. You can't look at the beautiful car right now. That's nice and clean.
Well, your teammate rolled you under the bus, and he said, hey, he just let you win tonight, which I don't know how you take that up with your teammate. I know how I take it up, but I'm sure we have different philosophies on that, man. A heck of a run tonight. You got challenged a couple of times. Tell us about the track and tell us about your run in the future, because I think you led this thing flag to flag.
Yeah, it was pretty close. I don't know. From the start, it was dialed. I mean, I jokingly, try to not always just run the middle, but I found it and it worked really well. I mean, I was talking to Robert, and it felt like a Sunday drive, half throttle, and it was fantastic through the middle. And I don't usually catch lap traffic leading a race, and there were a couple touchy moments there, but yeah, it worked out well.
Well, it looked like even the lap cars, and especially the guys racing hard up front, everybody was pretty respectful. There wasn't a lot of contact, and there wasn't a lot of questionable decisions made. Does that make it a whole lot easier, or does that make it that much more nerve-wracking when it's 40 laps and early everything is so calm and cool? At some point something's got to give, right?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, we had those few little cautions there, and I mean, I don't get on the sim rig as much as I'd like with just life in general, so it's nice to get into a rhythm, and it was a bit nerve-wracking there to have those cautions happen there, and then a couple lap cars just get spun up right in front of me, and I don't like to try to drive and look in my mirror, otherwise I just get off my own game. So
Well, an awesome run, a win tonight.
Thank you.
I'm not sure where you were in the points coming into this thing with double points, and that's got to be a little bit of a boost. And there's 2 of these and 2 sprint car races left. 24 car going to get back up on top of the podium before the end of the season?
Yeah, I hope so. I was joking with the guys that I normally feel like I'm better in the sprint cars, but apparently that's a different story now. But yeah, it's been a kind of a off and on season, but it's this definitely helps and gets me a little bit back into things. But it's been a little bit of a challenge to say the least. But this is nice to pick this one up.
Well, give us some shout outs, some thank yous, and we'll let you go celebrate a great win tonight.
Yeah, awesome. Thanks. Team GSR. I've learned quite a bit how I know run the car with Rob Miller and Joe Reuter and Ryan Bueller and the rest of the GSR crew. So I thank those guys so much for taking me under their wings and help me learn what I learn on here, and also for all my friends that are totally here from Northeast Iowa. Shout out to Zach Kriener Photography, one of my cousins that goes around the Northeast Iowa region, all the tracks, does photography, and 49 Designs, who's one of my buddies just south of the Twin Cities, Minneapolis, and does race wraps. So,
all right, man. Well, congrats on the win again. Awesome run tonight, man. We'll look forward to seeing you in the sprint car next Tuesday night, buddy.
Yeah, thanks a lot, Roger.
Trevor Hinker, winner tonight. Let's take a quick look at our results from the feature. Hinker wins it. Lynn was second. Reuter third. Cohan comes home fourth. Grease is fifth. Reed Rundle in sixth. Jacob Hayes is seventh. Ryan Williams eighth. Josh Gerlach ninth. Robert Mueller 10th. Jason Hayes 11th. 12th went to Casey Miller. 13th, Nick Chambrone. Chris Chabot in 14th. Corbin Hutchison 15th. John Borst was 16th. And Garrett Boyd's going to have a tough time in the points now with just a couple of races in this series to go after double points. We'll see where that shakes out when we come back to the late models in 2 weeks. These guys back next Tuesday night, and they will be in the 360 sprint cars. I think they're at Weed Sport, as a matter of fact. So just 4 races remaining, 2 in each discipline for the season before we crown our champions. Great race tonight. Hope you guys enjoyed it. I know I had fun calling and watching it. It's always fun to watch these guys. Make sure you tune in tomorrow night, 9:30 Eastern. Dominic Santini and Zach Krieger will have the call from I-55 Speedway, Federated Auto Parts Speedway, the Lucas Smith weekly series, Pro Late Models, and that has been a heck of a series to watch the first 3 weeks. So come watch round number 4 with us. Say hi to the guys in chat. We know you can watch this stuff anywhere you choose to come and watch it at the Dirt Racing Network. We greatly, greatly appreciate it. So for Dom, Zach, and myself, until we see you the next time, everybody, keep it